Hi guys. Welcome back to another week of So I Was Like.
I'm Becca.
I'm Alyssa, if you guys don't know who both of us are.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes people like come and they like follow me and don't know you. Or they follow you and don't know me. So just kind of clarify for everyone. But I guess we'll jump right into our life updates. Mine's a little dark, but I feel like it's like that time of year where a lot of like girls are going to relate. I haven't even told Becca about how I've been feeling because I wanted it to be like authentic for the podcast. Okay, so like like when you are like a freshman in high school or you're a freshman in college, you feel like a small fish in like a big pond.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we just moved to Nashville and I feel like a little goldfish in like the Atlantic Ocean. Like, do you feel like I don't know what it is. Like recently, especially like the past 3 days, I like can't even go on Instagram. I don't know. Like I've just been feeling so like insecure and just like I don't know like where I am.
Yeah. I understand because especially living in Nashville, everyone's like famous. Like everyone. It feels like that.
And it's just like weird coming from like college or like from like your hometown and like you like kind of have like yourself established really. Especially like at Alabama, like people like knew who I was and stuff from like social media and like it's like I knew like what people perceived me as, whether it was good or bad. I like knew it and I was like comfortable with it. Like I knew what to expect. And I feel like moving to like a new city, it's just like making me like insecure.
Yeah. Do you feel like I don't know how therapy you want to get into it, but like do you feel like kind of like social media dictates like how you feel about yourself?
I think it does, like just like seeing these girls. So like when you're in college, even though I went to like a huge school, you still know like who the hot girls are and like who they get with and who they hang out with and stuff like that. And like I'll like find myself on Instagram and now my explore page is all Nashville girls because I like live here. And it's just like they're so hot.
Yeah, everyone here is really hot.
And I don't know, it's just making me so insecure and I never feel like a small
I think
fish.
It might be because you let like things on social media like dictate how you feel about yourself.
I know, I do.
So
and like I was thinking to myself this morning as I was getting ready. So I was about to start getting ready and I looked at like I looked through the following of someone's Instagram and I was like, I can't like I just felt so insecure. I don't know.
But you of all people know that like social media isn't real. Like like the pictures people post is not real. It's not even like how they act. It's not what they look like in real life.
No, I know.
And yeah, I mean in college I used to I would get like really sad if like I didn't get a lot of likes on a picture or something. Like Instagram was like everything to me at one point. And it's not permanent. It doesn't feel like that forever.
No, I know it's not permanent, but I just feel like I don't have like a view of like what this world is like. And I feel like a lot of like girls, if they're like new to like college or even like moving to like new cities and stuff, like probably feel like this too.
Yeah, it's like wherever you go, there you are, like that saying.
Yeah.
Like you can't just like run away from like your problems.
Yeah. And like, I don't know, I think like a lot of girls in college could relate because I feel like a lot of people in college, when they're new in college, they look around and they're like, they think everyone has like this set friend group and you know what I mean? And everyone always feels like alone.
No one ever has everything figured out, especially like once I was a senior in college, I understood like how it probably looks like I had everything figured out and like I was like just having like a great time. But nothing is real. Like even like on my Instagram, whatever you see, like I might have been having like the worst day. But yeah, I posted like a hot pic. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know? Like and like I feel like you should have so much like you should see your value. Like I see your value.
I know you do. That's
why I don't understand why you don't.
No, and I don't know if it's like I'm not seeing my value or if it's just like an adjustment for me. Like being in like a new city. I don't know. Because like I came like right from college. You kind of had like that year in between. I came right from Tuscaloosa. So it's like weird having to adjust from like knowing like a set friend group and knowing like what bars to go to on just like little things. Like I know what bar I would go to on like a Wednesday night there and who I was going to see and who I was going to run into and exactly what they thought of me. And like, it was just it was like a bubble. People always say that like college is like a bubble, but you don't really think it, especially if you go to a big school, because it's like 40,000 people go here. Like, how is it a bubble? Like, it's like a city. And then you get out of college and you're like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Like, what is this? Where am I?
I think I just have the past year I've been able to develop like no matter what like outside forces happen, I at least know like, okay, I like myself like at my core. So I don't really need like I don't need to feel like, I don't know. I feel like okay, like no matter what right now, but like could change like in a month from now. But I think you need to like realize that you have value no matter what. Like no matter what room you go into, no matter like how many hot girls are in that room or like that bar, like you are still like you. Like you're still so important. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And like other people's success or other people's hotness doesn't take away from your success or your hotness.
Yeah, I know. I like need to remember that. I always think like when I see like a girl that's like hot, I will like admit like I'm not one of those girls who are like insecure in the way that they're like, she's not pretty. Like I had a friend who's like so insecure that like she could look at a really hot girl who's like just objectively like really beautiful and be like, oh, look at this that's wrong with her. Look at that that's wrong with her.
That's how you know someone's insecure.
Right. And I'm like the opposite way. I'm like, look at them and I'm like, oh my God, like she's so pretty and I don't look like that. So that automatically means I'm not. Like that's kind of like the way I go about it. I feel like there's two sides to it. But even though it's not true, that's like where my mind like automatically falls sometimes.
Yeah, but like not to get like this is what my teacher would tell me in like elementary school. Like flowers are all pretty in like different ways. Like one flower being like beautiful does not take away from another flower being like beautiful.
Yeah.
Like nothing takes away. Nothing can take away like your beauty and your worth and your value and your success. Nothing. Like nothing. Yeah. And like even like on your worst day when you feel like so low about yourself, your worst day is better than someone else's best day, you know?
Yeah, that's
Think about that.
I guess like also like I have not been in like a position where I'm talking to a guy and I know that we're both going to be like, I haven't talked to a guy that lived where I lived since I was a junior in college. So like over 2 years ago was the last time I like met someone and I was like, I know we are both here in this city. Mm-hmm. Like all the other guys I talked to have been like flying me out and stuff. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And like, I've just been like, they've been long distance like flings and I was so comfortable with that. And they never really made me insecure. Like, but now that I'm in like a city and I know I'm going to be here and I know that the person I meet is also going to be here, it's like, it's just a weird feeling. And that like those insecurities I used to feel when I was like fresh in college, like come back.
Yeah, actually I can relate because this guy, because I don't usually talk to guys that live in my city either. Like, I really don't. But I've been talking to this a random man, really means nothing, but he loves other girls, like in bars. Like he'll text me all these sweet things. He's like, I want to date you, blah, blah, blah. But then I see him go home with another girl. And I'm like, oh my God, should I be like that? Should I look like that? Oh wait, should I like be cooler? Like, should I be edgier? Should I be like, what do I change about myself? But like at the end of the day, like, no, I don't want to change anything about myself.
Yeah. And it sucks because like, you know, you're going to see them again.
Right.
Like, right? If it was the other guys we were talking to who like flew us out and they went home with another girl, which the guys we talked to that like do that for us, they would never go home with another girl. Like if we were out there visiting them.
No, that doesn't
never
happen.
do that. They might like, if you're visiting a guy, I mean, he might ask for a server's Instagram.
That did happen. But no.
They never would like blatantly like disrespect you in the way that guys that you have to see all the time would.
Like when you're in college, like when the frat guy that you really like leaves with another girl, then like it sent me through spirals.
Same.
Like all of college, I was like, oh, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
So I feel that again. That's like where this is all stemming from, I think.
Who was it? You that told me? It was literally you that you were like, okay, I right now I'm like talking to like a couple different guys, like 3 or 4 different guys. Not to expose myself, but like I text.
We
like,
all
people,
we have a roster.
You have a roster.
Like guys that
you
like
just have guys that you talk to on like a daily basis, or not even daily, but like you just have guys. Me liking one does not take away from me liking the other ones.
I did tell Becca that. So
So when that guy went home with someone else, I was sobbing.
Should I tell them what I said to you?
Yeah.
So the guy went home with someone else, and I said to Becca, I was like, but Becca, think about it. Like, you like this guy that went home with another girl, but you also talk to other guys, but that doesn't take away from the fact that you like this one guy.
I know. That's not to say that we forgive this guy.
No, we don't forgive him at all, but I'm just saying, like, my
ego is protected that way.
Her ego's protected, and she doesn't get that feeling of, like, he hates me.
Yeah, like, I'm ugly, I'm not cute. What did I do wrong? Why don't I have... Never mind.
And some guys are just out there always looking for, like, the next best thing. Like, some guys just can't settle, especially when you're talking to, like, middle-aged men.
If
they're still single and they're going home with different young, hot girls every weekend, like, they're never going to settle down. Like, they're always looking for, like, the next best thing. Not to say those girls are better, but to them it's fresher and newer. So they're like, ooh, well, I want this now. And
red flag, a huge red flag if they're 31 to 35 and they're still, or 40, and they're still being like,
they're still on the fuckboy stage.
Talking to 19-year-old girls when you're 35, you should have nothing in common with a 19-year-old.
I think it's honestly weird if
it's
a guy
weird, right?
I wouldn't even. I know you like older guys, but like I'm not into older guys because I feel like guys when they're older should like have their like shit together. Like I feel like I should never meet a man, like a 35-year-old man when I'm at the bar, like when I'm 22.
But I always somehow end up with like a 35-year-old, like in flings with like 35-year-olds, like almost dating them every single time. I always go for older guys. I don't know. They're all the same. I had no idea that this one was 33. I thought he was like 24.
Yeah, until he said to me the other day,
I'm 33.
He's like, I'm 33. I'm done with Becca's games. I was like,
you're the one playing games.
You are the one playing games. Like, that's the thing with them. Like, they're so narcissistic. They'll never settle down. They'll never find anyone. Like, you can't change them. Just, like, move on, basically.
Yeah, dude. They all, even, like, at 30, guess what? Spoiler alert. They're all the same. It's not about how old you get. Like, you can't wait out a guy's, like, fuckboy phase. Trust me. I've seen the other side. I've seen the 35-year-olds, and they're all the exact same. It's just a basic intelligence level. I really think it doesn't change. Like, intelligent guys are the ones that are the nice ones. I really think.
Fuckboys are fuckboys. They always
Oh, wait, yeah. That's the main topic.
This week's topic.
Fuckboys, which doesn't change, like, from age 21 to 35. So
I guess we should start off. Like, why do we think we're so attracted to these fuckboys? I have my theory.
I know mine.
What is yours?
Well, we both of us grew up not cute.
I was literally if you guys saw a picture of me from when I was 15, you would be like, what like what
not
is
saying
that?
I'm like super cute now, but like I really when I was younger.
It was like a cringe looking like
all of my siblings, they were like beautiful or like they were just like good looking kids. And like my entire life growing up, I remember like my aunts would be like, wow, like they would like name all the names of like the cute kids in our family. And one time she didn't say my name and I like cried in the bathroom and I was like so ugly. I was just really ugly. I had like glasses and my teeth were weird.
Same.
And like, my hair was weird.
Me too.
And like, okay, so like that was like the physical side of like growing up with that, like, I don't know, growing up being fed the information that you're not cute and like no one like, see like boys didn't like me. Boys didn't like me in high school really either. I was just friends with everyone and I was always like the 11th wheel, like at parties and stuff. And so growing up with that mindset, when you get to college and like you realize you can fix everything that like was like not cute about yourself.
And when you start like having your own money, like I didn't have like parents that would like throw money at me and be like, yep, go get your hair done. Like, no, I had to like do all of that myself. So yeah, that's like a one factor for me that like changed.
Right. Like all of a sudden, like, being able to be cute and like you can get these guys that are like fuckboys. You're like, oh my God, now guys are giving me attention, blah, blah, blah. Like now I can be with like cute guy. And like, so it goes back to like a self-esteem thing where it's like, oh my God, if the guy isn't paying attention to me, I'm like, oh my God, I'm ugly. Like like how do I be cuter? How do I be better? Like how do I, and yeah. Which is awful. Okay. So
yeah,
that's like a physical thing.
Yeah.
That's a physical reason that like I think that I'm attracted to really awful people, like really awful guys. But also my mom, like not to be again, like I don't want this episode to be like super deep, but like I've talked about this before and you can like look in my videos. My mom like was not like very present. And I mean she was. Like I lived with her, but like she never gave me like emotional love. Like I never got that growing up. I never got like you're so beautiful, like you're a great person. Like she never would praise me. I never got like love. And so now when I can get love real quick from like a guy, I'm like, thank you. And then when they take it away, it's like it feels like a mom thing. It's like, so yeah, I don't have like daddy issues. I know like a lot of people say it's like daddy issues, but honestly like I have mommy issues. Yeah. Like honestly,
and I think those could be like worse.
It is a little bit worse because you compare, you see all of your friend. Like, I don't know. Yeah. No, next up, I can't.
I was just gonna go into like so obviously like I was not like the best looking person up until honestly like my junior year of college. I dyed my hair and it was like game over. I broke up with my boyfriend. I was like ready to go. Like that was like the kicker for me, like dyeing my hair. And but I think what really like for me, the reason why I go for like these fuckboys is because that's what I like idolized in high school. Yeah. Was like the older guys, like the jocks who like played every girl and everyone like wanted them because they were like just such fuckboys. And I think the fact that I didn't have like a social life in high school because I was a competitive dancer, like I went to dance Monday through Friday from 4 to 9:30, and then Saturday and Sunday I was there from like 12 to 5. So like I didn't get to go to parties and stuff like that. So then when I finally got to college, I was like, well, I want to be like normal. And then, but that's kind of like your rite of passage. Like you have to
go through a fuckboy phase.
You have to go through a fuckboy phase, and it's really hard to get out of it.
So like, what is a fuckboy? A fuckboy is like a guy that, I mean, I don't think guys that like to have sex are not like inherently like fuckboys. It's more like the guys that are like leading you on, stringing you along, and then like narcissist. Okay, yeah, like narcissistic. But like you don't even have. There's like a scale. Honestly, like textbook fuckboy is the guy that went home with another girl last week.
Oh yeah, that is textbook fuckboy. Yeah, he probably invited 5 different bitches to the bar. Like
he did.
No, because we were getting texts all night.
He calls me at dinner. He's like, okay, this is the guy. He calls me at dinner. This is a textbook fuckboy. In front of all my friends, he's like, why have you been so like distant from me lately? And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I have been. You're right. I don't know. And he was like, I was like, I don't know. It just seems like you want to do your own thing because I haven't heard from you in a couple of days. And then he was like, I don't want to do my own thing. I want to be with you. And I was like, okay. So then I hung up the phone.
It was really such a calm conversation. Like I was sitting right there.
And I was like, oh, he wants to be with me. Like you guys, we're gonna be together.
Yeah. She was like, so we're gonna date. Yeah.
And then
I'm like sitting there nodding my head. I'm like, yeah, okay. Because I've hated this guy since
everyone hates him except for me.
And Becca's like, we're gonna date. I'm like, yeah, yep, you are.
I kept saying to her, I was like, I think I'm gonna date.
I'm looking at everyone. I'm like, just let her say it. Just nod your head. Be like, yeah, Becca, yeah.
He sent me like I was sick a couple months ago, and he sent me food to my house in Ohio,
which is cute. It's cute, but it's fuckboy behavior because of what comes
and food. And so I'm like, oh, we're gonna date. Oh, he does this really cute thing where he like unlocks this bar that he knows I love, and then we had our first kiss there last weekend.
Oh my god! If I have to keep hearing about the first kiss, I get it. It was the most romantic thing ever. No one's ever done that for me. I'm jealous.
So yeah, he says, let's be together. Let's be together. Blah blah blah. I like want to be with you. I go to the bar that night. Finally see him. He's acting weird. Why is he brought a girl to the bar?
And well, he's wait, like, no, you skipped over something.
What?
He told me and Becca that he was gonna like text us when he got somewhere. And so me and Becca went to just like go get a drink and like
waiting for him.
Basically not waiting for him, but
kind
of. But we were like, oh, that would be great if like
he could get us VIP to this thing that we wanted to go to.
That's what we wanted. We wanted VIP, okay? He said he was going to get us the VIP.
Guess who he brought instead? 2 other girls.
We get a text from our 2 friends who are in VIP.
And they're like, hey.
They're like, hey, that's not you guys.
Let's call him
Seth, yeah. They're like, Seth like just brought these 2
other girls
in.
And I was like, oh, they must just be friends. It's okay. It's fine.
So then he shows up to the bar we're at. So we're like, yeah, maybe they were just friends. But then there's another girl following him around. Like, this girl was attached at this guy's hip.
I should have known.
She was giving us, like, dirty looks.
So then, okay. Keep in mind, this is an hour after he said, I want to be with you. An hour. Not even an hour. I'm like, all night we're kind of talking, but like he was like hanging out with like other people. Like I was like, he wants to do his own thing. It's fine.
But we were there with a large group of people.
Right.
So
and
it like
I
wasn't,
understood.
yeah, it wasn't like we were like sitting there waiting for him. Like we were with like maybe 6 people. Like
looking
6
back
people.
on this, I'm like, I am so stupid. Oh my God.
But then this is where the turn of events happened. Okay, they were being all lovey-dovey at the bar. And I couldn't find the rest of our friends. And I was kind of just standing there next to Becca, like watching, which is what we do to each other all the time. Like if we're talking to a guy, like we really don't leave each other. We kind of just watch, and like I can like watch from a third party. And honestly, it was looking good. It was looking good. He had me fooled for a second.
Me too.
I was like, maybe I like Seth. Like maybe he does want to be with Becca. He had me fooled. So I'm like, Becca, like I'm really tired. I was super hungover.
And you were like, I'm going to leave.
I was like, I'm going to leave. Like, do you want to come with me? Or like, do you want, like, can I leave? Like, do you want me to stay? I can stay. You were like, no, go. Like, just go. Seth is in the bathroom.
Like, he's fine. Everything's okay.
So I go home.
Immediately. The second she goes home, everything turns bad. All of a sudden, I'm like, where did he go? I thought he was going to the bathroom. He's gone. I'm like, what? No way. And I'm like with all my other friends. I was fine. And then all of a sudden they started saying like, don't look behind you. Don't look behind you. And I was like, why? I look behind me. Seth was leaving with another girl.
Holding her hand. So it wasn't like a friendly thing.
This is not something we can like justify and be like, oh, maybe he does want to. Maybe I'm like crazy.
Because like when you came home and you were really upset, I was like, maybe he was just like bringing her, like driving her home. And then you told me that they were holding hands. And I was like, no.
So the reason this is relevant is because it's literally a textbook fuckboy. Mm-hmm. He texted me that night too at 4 a.m. and he was like, hey, like I'm just sick of all these other people around you all the time. Like I want to spend time with you one-on-one. Like and like so hinting that he wants to take me on a date.
Basically, he was saying that he's like, can you please tell Alyssa to leave us alone?
Yeah, leave us alone. Like because he knows everyone is in my head saying, get away from Seth, get away from Seth.
It's not just me that's saying get away from Seth.
No, everyone in my entire life.
Literally every person that knows who he is telling Becca, like, he plays girls, like, he's a player, like,
but he was telling me, Becca, don't listen to all the noise around you. Like, don't listen to anything.
He's a talker.
He's such a smooth talker. Why do you, he's never taken me on a date, but he always, like, blames me. He's like, if you would just text me back faster, like, if you would, like, I don't know. Anyway. I need to get over this guy. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, he's given me nothing. He does, like, the bare minimum. They do the bare minimum, and then they string you along, and then they take it away.
Fuckboys are so bad that when they do say 1 or 2 sweet things, you believe it.
Yes.
Because you're dying this whole time to see the good in them. And then they give you, like, one line of, like, I'm having a realization about my guy right now. They give you one line of like, I really like you. And you're like, he really likes me. Because you're so used to them doing that. You're so used to them doing like the bare minimum that
like when dopamine.
It is. No, it actually probably is like a scientifically, like chemically like high, I would say. It is. Like when they're doing the bare minimum and you just want more from them. Like you just always want more. So they give you a little bit of more. Mm-hmm. And then you're just like, it's like, skyrockets and you think it's like, oh, we're gonna date, we're gonna like have kids and like get married.
No, it's basically like psychology. If someone is saying something to your face, why would you ever be like, oh, they're lying to me? I would never like, I don't know. He was saying like, I want to be with you, I want to be with you. Why would I be like, I don't believe you? Well, now I know. Yeah. But like, it's when someone's giving you a tiny bit and then like every tiny little bit means so much that you need that high, like you need it. It's like an addiction. It's like a drug. And it's like, oh, like when he like kisses me at the bar real quick and it's cute, blah, blah. Uh-huh. It carries on for like a weeks and weeks. You can survive on like so little of it, like niceness.
No, it's actually insane. I'm looking at it now and I'm like, I might be addicted to like the like high. This high I have.
Yeah.
Like, because when I don't, what if he's not gonna listen? Do you think he's gonna listen?
You can block him from like the thing.
Yeah. But Seth is gonna listen and tell him.
Oh, I don't care.
But anyway, like I think I'm addicted to like the high this guy gives me.
Yeah.
And like if he like won't text me for a day, I'll get really low, but then he will, and it's like
really high.
Really high.
Like, the world's so bright
today. Yeah, and that's like not supposed to.
It's not supposed. That's not how it.
You're not supposed to feel like that when you're talking to someone. If like you like them, like you're supposed to feel like stable and like comforted.
If you find yourself having to justify a guy to your friends, you're like, but I swear he's so sweet. Like when we're alone, No, red flag, red flag, red flag. It shouldn't. The beginning of a relationship should be like cute and it's like
and
adorable
stable
and like stable and like the beginning should be the best part. So if the beginning is like a bad part.
Yeah, if it's already going downhill in the beginning, then
awful
like
news. It's
yeah,
awful. But no. So yeah, I don't know. Fuck you. Deep down, you know when the guy you're talking to is a fuckboy. You just don't want to admit it to yourself because when they're not a fuckboy, that's when you are 100% sure that they're not. But like if there's even like a hint, then it's like all bad.
Yeah.
You think? I don't know.
Sometimes it's, I don't know. In the beginning, I think it's good to have a little bit of mystery.
Yeah.
But if they're blatantly being like, I want to be with you and then not showing it, that's a fuckboy. Like fuckboys are guys who are like all talk, no walk.
No walk.
And that is exactly what she said to me at dinner. I heard her say it. She was like, I just feel like you're like all talk, no walk. Like that's fine. Like we can just do our own thing. Like, it's whatever.
And then he said, I don't want to.
Mm-hmm. And then he promised her a little and couldn't even.
He couldn't even do that. And he's just a random man. Like, it's because he's a fuckboy. Like, that's why I got attached to him. Like, no one else in the world I would ever allow that behavior. It's literally because he's a fuckboy and, like, he brainwashed me.
If a guy has a reputation for being a fuckboy, there's a reason.
Like, where there's smoke,
where there's smoke, there's fire. Like guys develop reputations for a reason. Like if people are saying, oh yeah, that guy, like he's a stand-up dude, like
then
he probably is. So it's, I don't know. I'm confused. We'll do up the.
Well, guys can be good guys to guys. Guys, you have to listen to what girls are.
Yeah, but if girls are coming around being like, he's such a fuckboy, even if his guy friends are saying to you, like, he's a fuckboy, that's when you know, like, I remember one guy I talked to junior year, I went to formal with him, and he grabbed another girl's ass in front of me. And even his friends were like, what are you doing? Like, why are you still talking to him? Like, that was so disrespectful. Like, I don't know why he would do that. Like, so, like, what if a guy's friends are saying to you, like, he's not a good guy, like, you know he's not a good guy.
Yeah.
Because guys will always cover for each other no matter what until they actually cross the line, and then they'll be like, yeah, no.
This could be like a 10-part series on fuck, literally. Like, there's so much material here. It's insane. Yeah, fuck, and they're never gonna grow out. You can't wait for them.
Yeah,
they're never gonna grow out. Like I said earlier, it's like 22 or 36 are all the same.
It's honestly mostly guys who like peaked in high school too.
Or if they grew up chubby.
Oh, that's a good one.
And then they get skinny.
Yes, they have like this
like anger.
This anger of like no one was attracted to me like in high school, and then they go to college and they join like a good frat and like get hot, and then they think that they can like just fuck with every girl's heart.
Right, and it's almost like girls, like we were ugly growing up, and like when you get hot, it's like you need like love, or like you need like attention. You need, I don't know. It's like different. I feel like we don't like ruin people's lives though. Like guys.
That's the thing I was just gonna say. I was gonna say they don't realize because they're so like warped into themselves and like thinking like, oh, I'm this great thing. I'm this. I'm that. I can get any girl I want. That they don't realize that like they're actually like playing with like human emotion.
Yeah, girls are humans. We're not just like little toys.
Like, I don't think they accept, like, maybe it's me being naive, but I don't think they ever say, like, I want to hurt her. Like, I want to do this. I honestly just don't think they think of girls as, like, humans with, like, emotions and, like, but if you were to ever do that to a guy, oh my God, it's the end of the world for them.
Like, oh, you're the devil.
You're the devil. You did this to me. You're ruining my life. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, girls are humans too. Like we are human beings, and we can feel things.
They don't know that.
I'm not kidding. I don't think they know that. I think they
look at girls as like objects.
Literally, they think of us as like little objects. Like, ugh. When I see the comments under my like pictures or like videos, they're like, "Why is this like?" One person said, "Why is this like sex toy talking?" And it was like,
yeah, that's disgusting.
I am not a sex toy person. Literally.
But that's like the fuckboy like way is like they don't see girls as like human.
Yeah, don't take it too personally because they really just don't know that you exist outside of like a body. Like they don't understand that you have a consciousness. So
and like a heart.
And a heart. And I think that one day, hopefully when they're like 70, they'll regret it.
When they're living alone in a studio apartment and don't have anyone around them.
That's when they'll regret it and probably hit you up. But like by then you'll be married with kids like a normal human being.
There's this 40. TikTok page and it's like, what did your first love teach you? And it's a guy and he just goes up to random people on the street and he talks to them about like their first love. And I was watching them the other night. Literally, like I was like bawling my eyes out and I was watching this. Yeah, they were like really sad. But a lot of them, you could tell they were like former fuckboys and they're like single and alone and like talking about like the first girl they loved and like how they like hurt her and how like she wouldn't go back to them and stuff. Like they're affected for the rest of their lives by their fuckboyery.
Yeah, it's better to be the victim than the person that does it.
Yeah.
You. So if you are being affected by a fuckboy, I think really just like part of me wants to get revenge on Seth, but I really think that maybe one day he'll realize. I mean, not. See, am I romanticizing it?
I think every guy though like looks back at like a girl who like did nothing to him and was really sweet to him and into him.
I was so sweet to him.
No, I know you were. I know you were like.
Thank you.
I know Becca did everything right. Like
I was so nice. Like so.
I think every fuckboy like eventually looks back at like the one girl who like was honestly really into him and really sweet to him and like. They're like, oh, damn, like, I hurt her. Even if they still don't have feelings, they're always like, I wonder, like, what could have been or, like, I hurt her and stuff like that.
Yeah, so focus on yourself. Like, always. I always say, like, use it out of spite and, like, make your life better. But, like, in the end, like, shoot for the moon and you'll... How many, like, dramatic
shoot for the moon and you'll land upon the stars.
Yeah. Like, if you... Seriously, like, I got hurt by a fuckboy, like, a year ago, and now, like, my whole life is, like, way better. Like, exponentially better. Like, now I have... way bigger of a demographic. Like I can talk to whoever I want now because I made my life better because I was angry because I was hurt that this guy ghosted me. And so all it did was like end up benefiting me in the end.
Well, my freshman year of college, I talked to like the fuckboy, like even his friends were like, he was like Seth, but he was a junior, I was a freshman. And I was talking to him and he was like exactly like textbook what we talked about. Gave you so little that when like he gave you a little more, you like romanticized it. You thought you guys were gonna date, get married, have kids, meet the parents, you know, the whole thing. And he ended up like he was talking to like 2 other girls other than me when he told me he wasn't. Like he was just like definition like fuckboy. And like a year later, me and him actually became like best friends. And he like always says to me like, I was so stupid. Like, I shouldn't have treated you like that. Even though right now there's like nothing romantically like between us. Like he's coming to visit this weekend, like Nashville. He was like, but he's my best guy friend now. But he will always say like, oh yeah, like you didn't deserve that. Like you were so nice and like sweet. Like you didn't deserve for like me to like do that to you, even though we're not like romantically involved. That's why I think like Seth like is gonna have like his revelation one day.
But it'll be too late.
It'll be too late. It's already too late. It's been 2 days.
There's no way I can ever go. It's so humiliating. Like, I'm never going to allow myself to be treated like that again. I would never.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to, like...
Cut to tomorrow.
Fuckboys will get you in, like, this headspace where you, like, when they don't treat you like right, you're like, what did I do wrong? Like, what's wrong with me? But there's literally nothing wrong with you, and it's literally all them.
Yeah, I keep thinking that. I keep asking that. Like, was I screaming at him on the phone?
No, you weren't screaming at him on the phone.
Yeah, he told all of his friends I was screaming at him.
And she wasn't. We were all there literally watching. She was so chill. I was like, damn, I'd be way meaner.
I was like,
I'd be a bitch to him right now. And she was so
I was like,
chill and playing it cool. I was like, I kind of want to be like that, like next time.
Yeah, I feel like I had like so much control over my emotion at that point, but then he left with another girl. So I hope he's happy with her. I hope they date forever. I don't know. I'm kidding. He's never going to have a girlfriend. That's
he's never going to get married or have kids or anything.
No. This man is like...
But I feel like he low-key like wants to.
Yeah. That's the confusing part. He's like such a softie. He's like, I'm ready to like be done with like those days. Like, I want to do it with you, blah, blah, blah.
It's the men in Nashville, man.
Dude, okay, everyone was telling us the Nashville dating scene is awful.
Awful?
And I was like, no, it's not. I have like 10 boyfriends right now. I have 0. I'm -2.
I don't even know what's going on. I don't even know. I'm just confused. I don't know.
I literally came in and I was like, oh, that sucks for you guys that you guys have such a bad dating life.
I was like, yeah, it sucks for you guys, but like that's definitely not gonna be me. That's what I said. We were saying this like 2 days ago.
Really? Like, because we have like a lot of boyfriends right now. Like everyone's being really nice to us.
No.
It happened. We got like fucked over hard. I did. Yeah. For sure.
I don't even know what's going on with me.
I don't even have any, like, I mean, never mind.
Well, we're going to go out this weekend and find her someone.
Oh, yeah. New Seth. Seth 2.0.
And then if I have to start talking to my men that live across the country again,
I will.
Like, I'm going to have to.
I'm going to have to pull, I'm going to have to look through my old roster and be like, who did I fuck over? Because it's hello, Missy.
Becca's about to be the fuck boy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's like my villain origin story. Like,
no,
I'm about to like ruin some lives. I'm like so in pain right now. Anyway, wait. We should talk about on one of our next episodes, like, because I feel like we didn't even get into like how to get over a fuck boy, or like, or did we already? Talk
I think we did an episode on that.
Let us know if you want us to talk about like, what to, I don't know.
Just us like specific questions on about how to get over fuckboys.
There's so much like material when it comes to fuckboys.
Should I pull up the questions for the week?
Yeah, we have questions of the week today.
Speaking of one of my men that live across the country.
Do you just text me?
One of them just Snapchatted me. Okay. I really like this question. It's long. Hi, Becca and Alyssa. What do I do if I keep having reoccurring dreams of my boyfriend either cheating on me and dreams with one of his particular ex-flings in it? There's a specific girl that he used to hook up with that I have 0 problems with. She's a nice girl and has never done anything to me, but I don't particularly want to see or be reminded of her all the time. However, I literally run into her everywhere. On the street, in bars, restaurants, and parties. We have mutual friends, and even though I don't follow her, she pops up on my Instagram Explorer or friends' Snapchat stories all the time. I feel like she is constantly in the back of my mind since I run into her everywhere. On top of that, I think she is very pretty. I don't want to be insecure. My relationship with my boyfriend is so good, but I find myself being jealous, comparing myself to her, and thinking of her previous relationship with my boyfriend quite often. Like, I would have to transfer schools and delete all social media to get rid of her from my life, LMAO. So, what should I do? Also love the podcast, and she goes to OU.
Oh my God, I went to OU. Okay, be careful because if you're having dreams about someone, yeah, dreams mean something. Mm-hmm. They totally do. Like, you probably secretly, like, on a weird subconscious level are a little bit, like, worried about her. But, like, if you're not, like, day to day, like, really concerned about this girl, I would not bring it up. If you already brought it up to your boyfriend, it's okay. You can do damage control. But, like, seriously, like, whatever if you are, like, threatened by a girl, the best route is to pretend like you don't even notice her. Like, you don't even care. Don't ever question your boyfriend about a girl, because that is the first person that they will run to when they get in a fight with you. Trust me, I did it. I was worried about this one girl that I used to work with who I got a job at the pizza place. And guess what?
We're not over the bar manager. I mean, the pizza manager yet.
Guess what? I brought it up to him like twice, and now they're engaged. He left me for her. So I would not ever bring it up, especially if like they're not like texting or like, I don't know. Just like
I'd see like, I had a similar situation, but mine was probably way more toxic. When I was in high school, I had like a long distance boyfriend. He went to school up by Syracuse. I'm from North Jersey, so it was like 4 hours. And my parents would never let me go visit him because they didn't like him and they didn't want me like spending a night in his bed. But there was a girl that actually listens. She's like a fan of me now. But she knows I'm talking about her. But there was this girl, and she was so hot, and, like, they were a thing before me and my boyfriend were dating, and she went to school with him. And I would constantly have dreams about, like, him cheating on me with her. And my boyfriend would always be having dreams about me cheating on him with this guy named David. And both of our dreams were right.
Because it manifests itself. If you, like, obsessively think about someone, like, a third party in a relationship, or, like, I don't even know if you like, I don't know. Yeah, it always happens. It comes true.
Yeah, if he's
thinking about it.
If he's waking up in the morning and the first text I get from him when I haven't seen him in a month is, I had a dream you cheated on me with David. When we do hit a rocky road and
who are you gonna
he's
text?
Cheating on me, who am I gonna cheat with? I'm gonna cheat with David.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like you...
Not condoning, like, cheating or cheating back.
Don't cheat.
I was, like, 17.
But, like, if your parents are saying, I don't want you to go to this certain party or, like,
exactly.
blah, blah, blah. What party do you want to go to? You want to go to that party. So, like, don't ever, like, don't compare yourself to her. You are different. You're a beautiful little flower. You're fine. Don't ever be like, oh, what does she have that I don't? And don't ever say it to him. Like, honestly, like, don't bring it up. That's, like, one of those things that you have to, like, keep inside. Or, like, talk to your friends about it, not
But
him.
I guess she also wants to know, like, how to get herself from, like...
Oh, from, like, obsessing over it?
Obsessing over it. And I know it's so hard to stop obsessing over a girl. Like, when my first boyfriend cheated on me with that really hot girl, I know you're listening to this, and, like, I think you're so hot.
Yeah.
like, you still make me insecure. But, like, I would obsessively, like, be, like, looking at her social media, and, like, they would always unfollow and follow each other because I would, like, make him, like...
Isn't it weird? It's kind of like you're more, like, I was more obsessed with, like, the other girl than, like, over the guy. Like, I would, like, it was, like, a little treat of, like, oh, I'm going to go look at her Twitter today. What is she liking on Twitter?
Yeah.
It was, like, my little reward.
It was, like, a little treat.
It's like I was so good for 2 hours, and now I'm going to stalk her pictures.
I think, like... I mean, you sound super, like, stable, and you don't sound like a crazy girlfriend. Like, you've said, like, she's a really nice girl, and, like, you think she's, like, pretty, too, and stuff. So, like, I just think, like, every time you see her, you should just be like, she is, like, a really nice girl. And, like,
yeah. Because so are you.
At the end of the day, like, you stressing about them, like, potentially, like, cheating or whatever, like, that's not going to stop them from cheating. Like, that's not going to stop them from hooking up. So you might as well just, like, believe the best in him until, like, you can't. That's, like, kind of my advice.
You can't, like, force anyone to do what you want them to do.
As of right now, you have no proof that, like, he's cheated on you with her or anything. So, like, why even worry about it? Like, there's no solid evidence right there. So that should be enough to kind of, like, get you through it. And every time you see her, you should, like, say that to yourself. Like, there's no reason for me to think that.
And being sure of yourself and not comparing yourself to someone else is, like, a really attractive quality. So,
yeah.
If you even if you're not that confident when you're, like, around in a room with her and him, pretending like you are, like, faking it until you make it really helps.
Faking it till you make it. Like, just keep telling yourself it. One day, like, you're literally going to believe it. I swear.
I know it works. That's how I got confident. I just, like, faked it. So that's what I would do. And also, go Bobcats. I love you. I wonder what bar you go to.
Okay, next question. Okay, this one says, the girlfriends of your boyfriends who don't respect you or respect boundaries of your relationship.
Okay, so that's, like, the opposite side.
Yeah.
If the girl is, like, really being
too
annoying,
touchy, always texting him and stuff,
then, like, get the fuck out of that relationship. If, like, he's allowing that to happen, honestly, it's probably the guy's fault more because he's probably giving her some weird, like,
in this specific question, she does mention that, like, she's like, my boyfriend's really good about it. He tells me about every little incident. No, that's a bad... If he's telling you about every incident, he wants you to feel insecure about it. That's a really bad thing, and I think that's a red flag. Like, I don't tell... When I'm in a relationship, I don't text my boyfriend, ooh, this guy just tried to buy me a drink. Because if it doesn't mean anything to me, then, like, I'm not going to tell, like... Why would I tell my boyfriend?
He's testing you. If a guy is saying, like, oh, my God, this girl is, like, hitting on me at the gas station today, he wants to see how you would react. He wants to know if you'd be crazy. Because he's probably hitting on her.
Or he's trying to make you, like, insecure. Like, yeah,
I can get other girls.
In this specific instance, he lives in Spain and she lives in the United States. So especially when you're long distance and he's telling you about every little instance of, like, a girl, like, hitting on him or being disrespectful, like, that's a red flag on his part. And, like, I don't think you should be with him. Like, obviously the girls, like, fuck them for, like, disrespecting your relationship. But, like, he should honestly, like, put an end to it, like, shut it down, put an end to it, and, like, not even bring it up anymore.
Yeah, that's not a good... I think I would break up with the guy. I do not ever, like, confront the girl. She's just, like...
Don't confront the girls ever.
Even if she's not innocent, just, like...
Because even if she's not innocent, she's going to be like, his crazy girlfriend.
Yeah, then you're in the crazy category. You're not crazy, but that's what they...
I used to be, like, roommates with a girl, and she was constantly disrespecting relationships, and obviously, like, people would tell me, and I would always defend her because she was my friend. So I would defend her to those people, but in private, I would be like, hey, girl, like, I don't think you should, like, be doing this. Like, they have a girlfriend. And she would just be like, oh, their girlfriend's crazy. Like, the girls disrespecting the relationships are never going to, like, be like, oh, my God, you're right. Like, I shouldn't do that. Like, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. Remember, like, she's probably not, like, trying to do it as an attack towards you. It's probably, like, she just is really insecure and, like, wants attention from a guy. Leave her alone. Like, don't just, like, that's not worth your time. I would focus on like the guy and like
the guy.
Pay attention to what's wrong with like him for like allowing this behavior to happen. And he should not be telling you about that stuff. Like unless you're seeing it with your own eyes, like he should not be like, everyone hits on me when I go out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
Red.
He's trying to make you insecure and he's insecure.
Yep. Just like fuckboys. They're insecure
Just like
too.
fuckboys. Well, guys, that's the end of this week's episode. Don't forget to follow us, Becca Moore, ALYSSA Balyssaschoener, and follow the podcast Instagram. So I was like pod because we're releasing merch when we hit 10K. And it's going to be really cute and I'm excited about it. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe.
And rate us.
Rate us 5 stars. Leave a review, a nice review. If it's mean, just don't leave it. It makes me upset.
And send us questions. And if you want a loyalty test, we haven't done loyalty tests the past couple weeks.
We're gonna start doing the loyalty tests again.
And we love you guys.
All right, thank you for listening. Bye.